Today, there is news on the Cruiserweight division. It could transform and head to WWE SmackDown. I'm going to talk about that for you guys today here on Wrestling Talk Show's Creative Conversation. Let's get into the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on the Cruiserweight division, going to Raw and going to SmackDown. SmackDown, in my opinion, guys, I always wanted to go on SmackDown. I was a fan of the Cruiserweight division. You know, you had Chris Benoit over there. You had good talent there for SmackDown, okay? You had, for the Blue brand, okay, back in 2003, 2004, you had Eddie Guerrero over there. You had Chris Benoit. You had Rey Mysterio, you had Billy Kidman, who was a good performer, good in the ring, and you also had a bunch of more people, and you had Matt Hardy, who was a highlight of the Cruiserweight division as well. I mean, I wasn't a fan of Matt Hardy in the Cruiserweight division. I was a fan of, like, Eddie Guerrero, you know, Rey Mysterio, Billy Kidman. Those were my favorite Cruiserweight division people. Okay, and the WWE and SmackDown was killing it every single Thursday night or Friday night. They were killing it, man. That's why I loved SmackDown every week, because we got good matches in the Cruiserweight division, and that's why I was happy about it. I didn't want it to go to Raw. I didn't want the Cruiserweight division to go to Raw. I liked it on SmackDown back then. Okay. Now, it would appear that though the WWE would like to shift things, according to Ringside News, after SmackDown Live general manager Daniel Bryan announced that Kalisto would be challenging the Brian Kendrick for the Cruiserweight title. Now, Survivor Series. Now, if Brian Kendrick was also part of the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown as well. Okay, not Eddie Guerrero and them. Brian Kendrick was part of it as well. I mean, you had a huge Cruiserweight division on SmackDown. I mean, you had more than 5 people. You had a freaking bunch of, like, probably at least 10 people, maybe more than that. I mean, you had a lot of people on the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown. Okay? Now, this month. Now, it did seem to start rumors on a move of the championship. It's worth noting that the WWE 205 Live, the company's newest WWE Network show, will be going on live each and every week right after SmackDown Live on Tuesday nights, taking place from the same arena that SmackDown Live will be part of. Essentially, SmackDown Live will be a 3-hour product, followed by their talk show on the network, of course, called Talking Smack, which I'm a fan of it. A lot of people like it. My friend enjoys Talking Smack. Sorry. I enjoy it. You know, it's something cool for SmackDown. It's creative. I like it. And it's cool that, you know, they could do something like this for the SmackDown brand. And now Raw is trying to copy them now. They just title it different, though. That said, better to make the title mean something than to have it featured on the Blue brand each week. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you this. Having the Cruiserweight division on Raw, I thought it was a good idea because it's never been on Raw before. You know, the Cruiserweight division has always been on the Blue brand, and it's always been on SmackDown, okay? And here's what I gotta say. If SmackDown is gonna take away the Cruiserweight division and put it on SmackDown, then what's that leave for WWE Monday nights? What's that leave for WWE Raw every single week? What are people going to tune into every single week? The reason why that I tune into Raw every single week is because I want to see what's going on with the Cruiserweight division. That's why I tune into Raw every single week. If you take that Cruiserweight division away and you bring it to SmackDown, then Raw has nothing. Raw will have nothing. But if you put it on SmackDown, and this is just my opinion, if you put the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown, then it's going to get treated better. I think it's going to get used better, because that's why the Cruiserweight division never went to Raw. Okay? The IC title was on Raw. And the Cruiserweight division was on SmackDown. Because if, in my opinion, if we had the IC title on SmackDown back then, and you had the Cruiserweight division on Raw back then, I don't think it would have worked. I don't think Raw, having the Cruiserweight division on Raw back then, it would have worked. It would not have worked. Now the IC title's on SmackDown and is doing good. Now the IC title on Raw did good as well. Now SmackDown, okay. So, which we going live as that. That said, what better way to make the title mean something to have its seat on which Raw? Now, is it worth noting that the moment WWE announced the title would head to WWE Raw during the draft period, rumors already claimed SmackDown would eventually get their own Cruiserweight division. This was in the planning stages for some time, so it makes total sense that WWE would consider putting the title on the Blue brand eventually. It does seem odd that they would end up putting the entire division on SmackDown, and I have no problem with that. Okay? Like I said previously, SmackDown in 2003, 2004, they had a huge, big Cruiserweight division. A lot of them weren't that good, but I mean, the Cruiserweight division was big. You had Gregory Helms over there. You had Kid Cash over there. There's a lot of people who were in the Cruiserweight division over there. I mean, there were so many, I can't think of them all. You had a lot, though. You had a whole bunch of people. Now, this would be good for more for SmackDown, but what is Raw going to get out of it? Okay. So that's what's going on with the Cruiserweight division. Okay? Now, the WWE Intercontinental title will be on the line in case seats claim that it would switch to the WWE Raw brand with the Cruiserweight title heading to SmackDown by the end of Survivor Series. Now, it would be terrible for such a situation to occur because no mid-card title would be on the Blue brand, while Raw had two of them. If anything, would better to just switch the purple belt to the Blue brand, if anything. Okay. This can go either way. If you're going to have the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown, do that. I think it's a smarter way and a better decision to have it on SmackDown. Because, ladies and gentlemen, people are interested in SmackDown every week. People are interested. They got the good talent over there. They're being used right. People are pumped about it. People are excited for SmackDown every single week. And then, if you put the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown, I can relive my day from 2003 to 2004 when the Cruiserweight division, in my opinion, was going strong. But the Cruiserweight division today is even better than it was before. So, I think if you put that on SmackDown, it's going to be even better. And then have the IC title on Raw. Well, how good is that going to do? You know, it's a different year, different time, and I'm a fan of the IC title. Okay, I think that Dolph Ziggler is being a good Intercontinental champion, but having it on Raw, how good would it do? Because one, listen, they got the talent on Raw, but they don't know how to use it. They're not using their talents right. Mick Foley ain't doing a good job over there. I'm surprised Triple H's not being pissed off right now. So what do you guys think about this? Having a switch. Should the Cruiserweight division go on SmackDown and have the IC title on Raw? What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with this or not? Let me know in the comments below. And also, be sure to hit that like button for me as well and subscribe to the channel to get more episodes on my show, guys. Articles below as well. Until then, guys, follow me on Twitter at The Talk Show 101. Link will be in the description for you guys below. Go follow me, go subscribe, go comment, and also like as well. Until then, guys, I'll see you on the next show. Subscribe.